Hello, my name is Trina Thurman, and I would like to just briefly talk a little bit about the importance of utilizing educational resources in a way that is both safe and appropriate. And there's quite a few different resources available to educators and students now with the advent of the internet and a lot of technological advances that have come along in the past few years. The main points that I would like to hit would be the written and printed resources, the video and visual aid type resources, audio resources, and basic internet, computer, online technology resources, and assistive technologies. And then I'll talk just a little bit about copyright and fair use and all that kind of tying together into using these resources in the right way. Written and printed resources, they're probably the most basic. Everybody has used them at some point. Traditionally, books, worksheets, activity pages, lessons plans. You know, they're the basics of teacher, educator resources that will be utilized in a classroom. There's so much more that's been added to that with the advent of the computer and, of course, the internet. Totally changed everything. So, people still use books in classroom and, paper and pencils and all that, but there's a whole lot more now. It's been very greatly expanded upon by all the sources available online, and not just the material that's available online through websites and different resources that you can access, but also the possibility of new activities and projects that you could do that you wouldn't normally be able to do, such as web-based projects and activities, web scavenger hunts. Something like that before the internet came along would probably be a bit more cumbersome than just typing it in and searching it online. If the teacher has a certain subject they wanted to research together as a class, then they could do that online fairly easily and quickly. Some good examples of written resources online would be educational websites designed for students and teachers. There are quite a number of those out there. I didn't list all of them because that's pretty general. And informational websites, just sites that have very reliable information, not necessarily ones that are set for the classroom, but ones that have reliable information that you could use for research. And then sites that are really good about helping teachers out with the resources, like free worksheets, activities, lesson plans, craft patterns, templates, puzzles. And one of the sites offhand that I thought of was the forteachers.org. That had quite a bit of free resources on it. Some of it was fee-based, but there's quite a bit of free resources available out there. Appropriate use of written or printed material. The biggest point I think you could make for the printed or the written material, which would be online or in print, just care should be taken when using it in the classroom. And teachers and students need to be aware of copyright laws, and what would fall under fair use and what wouldn't, and be sure to keep that in practice in the classroom so you won't be in violation of any of those. Videos and visual aids. Obviously, making a video right now, but videos have become even bigger with everyone getting on the internet and having computers and getting their own cameras. But videos and photographs and other visual aids can enhance or reinforce what is being taught. in my essay, I also brought out that this could also help people who had trouble learning English or reading. The visual aids, they could really help. And computers and the internet have made these visual sources a lot more available. Examples of these resources would be YouTube. They have tons of videos targeted for educators and for students trying to learn things, but also just the sheer topic, the topics you could find on it. Animoto, you can make your own videos. BrainPop has all sorts of different educational resource videos and things. That was my favorite part, was the animated videos. That would really be a good attention getter. Discovery Education has the option to, they can stream some videos, educational videos, that could really help out in the classroom, tying in with other things. And the KidVids at forteachers.org, that was a link of where kids were making their own videos in the classroom. So that could be a great reinforcement tool. Appropriate use associated with video. There are many photos and videos that are available for free and or covered by fair use. A big no-no is to use, full videos that are copyrighted and say, well, it's for education, but it still wouldn't be okay. Some copyrighted material may be used in part for educational purposes, but checking the copyright and fair use rules ahead of time would be a very good idea. Audio resources such as sounds, songs, music, and podcasts, they're made more readily available with the online incorporation into the classroom, aiding in reinforcement, enrichment, and getting students personally involved in their own learning process. By reinforcement, I refer to, say, a song about multiplication when you're trying to learn multiplication, or a song that is about some certain kind of animal you're talking about. That would be more like enrichment. Getting students personally involved would be having the students create some kind of sounds of their own and recording them, some kind of song about something, or the podcasts, they could be giving maybe an oral report of some sort, or listening to someone give a talk about something. That would very greatly reinforce it if they were involved themselves in it. Some examples, obviously, are on iTunes and the podcasting, and music and songs, like I just mentioned. The program Audacity is a very good sound recording program that someone might like to use to, if they need to record something for their students, or if the students want to record something. It's fairly easy to use. Appropriate use for audio is one of the things that is pirated, probably the most. Music and audio online, illegally downloaded, and teachers and faculty need to be sure that they set a good example for their students by checking into the copyrights and get permission to use the copyrighted material in the classroom if they need to. Make sure what is and isn't fair use in the audio realm, and strive as much as you can to use sounds and music that you are sure are free in public domain, and that could carry through to helping students also to not try to steal illegally audio files. Online computer and technological resources. Well, the advancement of computers and other new technologies, along with the development of the internet, has opened up a new realm of educational resources. The results of these innovations seen in the classroom include the use of computer games, using interactive flashcards as opposed to paper flashcards. You get to click on them now. Worksheets and quizzes, and incorporating the use of mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets into the classroom. on purpose, not some contraband. They're actually using it. Something that the kids are, and older kids, are interested in using. Examples of these resources: Apple's iPod, iPad, and iPhone. And I have the site up on here. And phones and tablets with Android or similar technology, smartphones, tablets. A lot of these will have a lot of different apps that are quite educational that you could use, or teachers could utilize the normal features that may be on it, or the apps, to use with something that they're working on with the students. And so the students can use themselves hands-on at either apps or some other program that are on their device to work with what they're studying. Online game making and playing sites. Kia.com allows teachers to make games that their students can use and their students can access them. ForTeachers.org has a similar thing. Discovery Education has some free resources on there for puzzles that the teachers can make, and a lot of other things, such as like lesson plans and other things. But those types of resources are available because they are online, and students can access them easier and teachers can access them easier. Appropriate use: you need to be mindful, of course, of the copyright and fair use concerning software installation and use in the classroom. That's probably one of the biggest things. With the software, a lot of times it's okay to install it on more than one computer. It just depends on what the program is. Some programs like for each computer to have their own copy. So it'll be a good idea to check and see if it's permissible to install it on more than one, or if each computer needs to get more than one, because again, you don't want to violate the copyright there and set a bad example. Assistive technologies. New developments in technology have also led to more elaborate and successful facilities, hardware, software, and equipment for helping individuals with disabilities, especially students, find a place to learn, communicate, and interact. A lot of things that weren't possible in the past are now made possible because of assistive technologies. Besides things like wheelchairs and mobility, a lot of different things have also come up. The Dynavox link there, it talks about a lot of the different speech boxes. So some people that weren't able to speak before can now speak through the technology. Other things available are like text-to-speech programs, or speech-to-text. Different things that adapt to what the student or individual would need that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get are available through the advances in technology. Some 6 particular areas that assistive technologies can help out in are existence, just helping with everyday life; communication, which is a big part of school; positioning and mobility; physical education; and environmental interactions. So all these areas have been further developed through technology. And internet safety and appropriate use. With the growing use and necessity of the internet, teachers and students need to make a habit of following internet safety guidelines and practices, as well as respecting copyright and fair use policies. Internet safety sites to help educate and establish guidelines are listed below. I especially like NetSmartz. Information on copyright and fair use. Here's a few sites over here. The copyright can be a little tricky, so you need to read into that a lot to find out. There's quite a bit of things available under the fair use. You just have to be sure to check into it ahead of time. Thank you for listening, and you have a good day.